Hello. My name's Sofia. I'm a full boarder. I'm originally from America, and for my A-levels I'm studying history, Spanish and English literature. Well, what I love about the education side is the size of my classes. I feel that, my biggest class is only 10 people, so you have that really one-on-one experience with your teacher, and then you get quite a close-knit class that we're all really eager to help each other, or we're all really eager to kind of have study sessions together. And I really like that about the education side, and that kind of feeds into the social side, where I think that we're such a close-knit community that, I just love being around everybody, and I think we're all extremely close. Difficult to describe downside in 3 words. I would say it's definitely unique. It's a traditional environment. Well, that's 2 words. So traditional, and then definitely united. I would say I love history, quite a lot. I love history just because I find it really interesting to look into the past and in a way study why we're here, what led to the future really, what's going to lead to the future more so. I love Spanish because I grew up in a bilingual household, so I hold the language is quite important, and I really do hope to learn as many as possible, so I'm just going to stick to Spanish for now. And then English literature, I'm someone who does quite like to read. I find it, you never can go wrong with a good book, and English is the perfect time for that. And I quite like my class that it's kind of structured in a university way, so we all sit around a big circle and we just discuss books all day really. I would say it's definitely our community. I quite like all the traditions that we have and that we try to uphold. So it's like little sports things. We have our Christmas dash coming up, which is, if you try to explain it to anyone who doesn't go to Downside, they'll think we're absolutely mad, because it's eating and racing all in the snow and everyone's face paint and chanting. And I really love that atmosphere of how, as a school, we come together. And I really love how in my year group and as a sixth form, we have that unity, that in all you're surrounded by your friends 24/7. And I think not only is it a great environment to be in, but it really prepares you for the outside world. I think what inspires me is the girls that I'm in house with. It sounds a bit, but when you live with nearly 80 girls and being head of house, I think they inspire me to be the best version of myself, and that I always not only want to look presentable, but I want to put my best foot forward, because I know that a lot of the younger girls look up to the prefects, and I know that as head of house that I represent all these girls, so I always just want to be the best possible me I can, I guess. So I'm in Isabella House with about 80 girls. It's the biggest house because we have first all the way up to upper sixth. So I really, really love that aspect of it, where when we have our weekly house parties and activities, you include all the year groups of girls, and it's such a family atmosphere. It's like having 80 sisters really, and I just really love that. I think that one of the greatest new assets for the sixth form is definitely going to be the sixth form centre. I think it's just going to be such an amazing space for the sixth form to have on their own, not only for studying but social spaces. It'll definitely unite the sixth form even more as, the oldest in the school, and I think the facilities will be just really amazing on upholding sixth form. For my extracurriculars, I like to be quite involved in the school. One of the favourite things that I do is on my Monday activities. I'm the head of the Combined Cadet Force Naval Section, which sounds quite important, but I really just march around and kind of wear a funny hat. But it's quite fun. I really love being a part of the Navy, as I think it provides us with certain skills that we wouldn't have normally, or that I wouldn't necessarily reach out for in my everyday life. I think it's a really good experience for the older pupils to interact with a lot of the younger pupils, as we do really fun activities, not only physical ones like canoeing and some agility tests, but also more practical skills. So for me, being able to explore my faith at Downside is really important. So coming to Downside, I was only about 14, so I'd only been baptised. And I really love the opportunity where they allowed me to explore my faith, but it was kind of like, I like to think about it as like a stream, where you have the opportunity to swim ahead and do your own thing. But if you're someone who's just happy and along for the ride, nothing's in your face, nothing's forced upon you, it's all quite, it's basically a decision that Downside allows you to make for yourself, because they understand that religion is something that's unique to everybody. Not one person will have the same experience. And I think that they really facilitate that quite well. And I've been able to do my first Holy Communion and my confirmation all at Downside in this abbey, which I think is really, really special to be able to have that. I believe that if you're someone who isn't particularly religious or doesn't associate strongly with any faith, I don't think you'd have any issue at Downside. I don't even think I can remember the first time I walked into the abbey because I was just so taken aback. I just remember being completely silent. And then all the girls, of course, had been to Mass there multiple times. And I was like, guys, hello? No one told me about this. And then I remember my parents first came for our carol concert, and my mum was like, whoa. She was quite impressed. Even my dad, who's someone who's not religious, had to admit that it was absolutely amazing. And I think that as a school, we're really, really lucky that we have it. I mean, I think the Abbey's best feature, other than its looks, is definitely the acoustics in here. So it really just makes our choir, who's already amazing, even better. And on Fridays, when we have hymn practice as a whole school, it sounds amazing in here. And it sounds so special when we have the whole school in here, everyone's singing, even if you're a really bad singer like I am. I have no other words than really amazing to describe it, and I think people have to come and see it for themselves to really take it in. I would say I'm just going to miss the atmosphere of Downside. When I leave Downside, my plan is to hopefully go straight into uni and study combined honours for history and Spanish, as I hope to then convert to be a lawyer. And honestly, my initial plan was a bit daunting because I'm not used to the English school system because I'm originally American, so I had no clue about anything to do with English unis. And I would say the sixth form team and my tutor have been so extremely helpful with helping me put together my application, my personal statement, checking what requirements I need for universities, interviews or any exams. And it's made the whole process a lot less stressful.